Whatever you think's over for me was over a long time ago.
How did you go about developing the character of Eric, getting into the depths of him? He's quite a dark character. And when the filming finished, did you find that it was hard to get yourself out of the character? And what did you do to unwind after such a heavy shoot?
Well, it wasn't really a heavy shoot on some level. I mean, it was as well. But we had, David's got a good sense of humour. We had quite a good fun time on set, actually. But really, as I sort of mentioned before, I think just to get a sense of the morality of this guy and if he was ethical and his humanity, etc., was really just about those conversations that we had in the beginning and then that week of rehearsal in Adelaide. Just really trying to understand, who he was as a man, and even if to some degree we were sort of cobbling that together, just to get to a point for me then to be able to actually say goodbye to some of that stuff, because by the time we find Eric in the film, he's sort of stripped of a lot of that stuff. I mean, obviously by the time we find him in the film, he's pretty much about to end his own life. So, he really is a strange sort of skeleton version of who he was. So I just needed to be able to get enough meat on the bones, as it were, I suppose. And there were a couple of things that we sort of talked about sort of the animal nature of who he's kind of turned into, the survival techniques that he kind of might be sort of using in order to just live in this very strange existence. Because the other thing is, it's not just the character you're playing, it's the world that David has established, this, as it says at the beginning of the film, 10 years after the collapse. And so you really have to imagine a world where all the things that we take for granted are kind of gone. And, you're running around trying to survive on a level that none of us here have to really experience. So it was just sort of putting all that stuff together until it starts to sort of feel right. I never know when I guess I know when it starts to feel right, because I'm then ready to kind of go and do it, but it's hard to articulate. And as far as letting it go at the end, I don't know, I'm pretty good these days at just kind of, there was a big 9-hour drive from RA back to Adelaide, and and I think on some level you really do kind of decompress, even just on a big long drive like that. Obviously certain aspects sort of stay with you, but they eventually just kind of drift off, I think, as time goes by. I certainly wasn't killing anybody when I got back to Melbourne. I don't think I did anyway.
I think it's a testament in a way to what a pro you are, as well as that you're not an actor. To me, well, my experience with you, you're not an actor who needs to be wearing the character when the camera isn't rolling. Imagine that. Imagine hanging out with that guy.
Yeah. I used to more. I used to feel like I had to more, because I always felt really nervous that I was going to lose the character or something. And then it sort of dawned on me some years ago that I was actually using up all this energy off screen. And I think during that, and also sort of realising, I was starting to feel confident about what I was capable of, I was really able to go, actually, the camera's not rolling, an hour before we start shooting that scene in 7 hours' time, then I'll, just take myself back there. But I don't need to hang on to it for this next 6 hours or 7 hours and not talk to anybody. But I used to do that, and I just found that exhausting earlier. So no, much better now to be able to, slip in and out, to whatever degree that is. I don't really know how to understand that, to be honest, but it's about being economic, I guess, as well.
You should never stop thinking about a life you've taken. What's the price you pay for taking it?
I'm still in control here.
What's he doing?
He ain't giving up.
Start talking to me!
What does he get worked up about in this day and age?